Welcome back! Today on Dialed In DIY, I've got an awesome project with a lot of different potential uses. I'm gonna start off giving you an idea of the different types of modifications you can do with something like this, and then show you exactly how you can make it yourself. My version today perfectly fits a couple of kids, or a cooler, and a bunch of accessories. Oh, and the other part? This radio flyer wagon is completely collapsible and fits easily in a trunk. And so does the table build. Setup is easy. Just simply put the base around the wagon, screw in the legs, and then pop on the top, and you're good to go. But this tabletop is not my finished project. There's a lot more modifications that we're going to do to make this a lot more fun. It's the finishing touches that really make this versatile for using in so many different places and times of day. All of the lighting I'm using is battery powered, so you can stay lit while you're on the roll. Whether it's the wagon or the cooler, the awesome thing about the downlights is you can really see what you're getting into. Plus, all of the color-changing LED strips that are running around the outside definitely adds to the mood. And even though the table's meant to be on the go, you don't really want your drinks to be moving around when you're not planning for it, so I've built in 4 solid and secure cup holders. In addition to that, later in the video, I'll point out some more things that I've added to this to help you use it in a much more secure and safe way too. The main structure of this build is really quite simple, and the best part? The materials you need are really easy to find with a quick trip to your hardware store. For easier reference, I have put a list of the parts and materials in the comments below. For the actual tabletop, you want something that is both sturdy and pretty lightweight so that you don't end up top heavy. What I've chosen to go with is something more along the lines of an MDF or particle board. I traced the posts on each of the corner pieces to mark the holes that I'm going to drill out. But note that the hole size I actually drilled is for the inside diameter of the opening. You'll see why this is important in just a moment. We're going to actually take our tabletop surface and slide it right over the threaded parts of those corner pieces, and then take male adapters and thread the end in over the top. This holds our tabletop to the frame very securely. Now you can see that by drilling the holes the size that we did, it allows the tabletop frame to provide a little bit of a guardrail around the table. That means you've got a little bit of an elevated space that provides you with a little bit more protection for your items to keep things from just rolling off your table. It also leaves you with enough room to cover the rails with pool noodles if you want to also. And as long as we're talking about pool noodles, that's our step 1 in dialing in this overall design. Let's soften up the posts and give them something a little bit of a decorative look, which, by the way, you can change out for different color pool noodles quite easily anytime that you want. Okay, so we've made this thing so you can easily take it apart, store it, or make it portable to take anywhere you need to go. But that also means that the parts come apart sometimes if you don't want them to, which leads us to mod number 2. I simply drilled some larger holes through all of my slip connections and then got some bolts to put through that I can quickly add and remove to set up and take down this whole table system quite quickly if I need to. I grabbed 2 of these dimmable LED lights at Harbor Freight because they are quite bright and they came with everything I need, including the Velcro to stick them to the underside of the table. Adding eye screws to your end posts of the base gives you something to bungee the table down with or stake into the ground if you need to. The cup holders are a real easy add using drain pipe and a couple of bolts. And yeah, you see that shiny thing in the bottom? Turns out a Pringles can lid fits nicely over the end inside the little ridge to help protect your surface from moisture. I used an extra piece of PVC, 1/2 inch, between the tabletop surface and the long sidebar and gave the tabletop a little extra support. And there you have it, a portable table that fits on top of a wagon, that's well lit, very convenient, and can be used for so many different activities and events. I really do want to thank you so much for stopping by Dialed In DIY today to give me a little bit of time and join me on this build. If you stuck with it the whole way, I'd love it if you'd let me know by clicking that thumbs up. I'd also love it if you'd subscribe to my channel while you're here and make sure to ring that bell so you get notifications for future product releases. And then make sure to come on back in the future because there will be plenty more Dialed In DIY to come.